Everybody, this is Decadent. Welcome back to my channel. We are back at it with another replay. This time it is me playing as the Lizardmen up against Is the God playing as the Decadent host. So let's check out what each faction has. Playing as the Lizardmen, I do have Gorak at my head. He is hiding back here. And then I do have a Frail Stegodon, a Skink Heaven's Priest on a Stegodon there. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 units of Skinks. And then I have some Saurus Fighters back here, 2 units of those. We have the Lizardmen Hunting Pack. Then we have some Cold One Riders. And then we have some Skink Skirmishers hiding here and here. And then we have a unit of Pterodon Riders. Now for the Decadent host, which is a custom faction built by the Duke specifically for Sigvald of the Chaos Lords, I guess you would call them. He does have the Chaos Sorcerer of Metal here leading his forces for Is the God. He has a unit of Marauder Hunters, some Chaos Halberdiers, some Marauder Spearmen, 2 units of Chaos Axe Marauders. Then he has the legendary Regiment of Renowned Mirror Guard right there. Then he has a unit of Cultists. Those are also a custom unit to the End Times mod. They have an ability that can be triggered that turns them into smaller versions of, if I remember correctly, Chaos Spawn. There we go. Then we have a unit of Marauder Spearmen there, a unit of Marauder Hunters, some more Chaos Halberdiers, and it looks like a unit of Chaos Lancers and a unit of Chaos Knights. We have a Chaos Dragon here flying overhead. That double-headed monstrosity. We have a unit of Marauder Horsemen, 2. Then we have some Warhounds, and I think we have another unit of Warhounds over here. So let's get into it. So he's moving up his melee forces. He's going to find, or his skirmish forces, he's going to find my Skinks here very quickly, which is unfortunate. Even with the poison effect, the speed from his units here is going to be able to run them down. Which was too bad, but at least it blunted the blow a little bit. I'm going to get my Saurus Fighters in here, try to save them a little bit, but we do have the Chaos Dragon coming in. And it looks like, yeah, his Chaos Halberdiers and his Marauder Hunters are going to be moving in and forcing them back. Then he lines up a nice breath attack. I almost dodge it, not quite, but I do. It would have been worse if I hadn't got moved, but it does take out quite a few models there. That Stegodon is already opening up with that Skink Heaven's Priest. And we have a Lightning Bolt coming down. Unfortunately, I did miss, but it gets better, I promise. So the, nope, oh, sorry, save from the other side. I do get my Cold One Riders to route those Warhounds, and they just go right off the map. And then I have, there somewhere, I do have the Pterodon Riders moving up here. I was really not prepared for the Chaos Dragon, so I kind of committed them to melee, and those 3 units, kind of 3 models dead on the ground, kind of just shows you how the entire engagement went. I did get a nice Comet off here. It kind of did almost more damage to myself here, but against a high value unit like the Mirror Guard, that's going to take them down to about half health. In the end, it really was worth it. We have a Searing Doom coming down over here. That is going to really only hit him, do some damage to those Chaos Halberdiers, but now he's got those Marauder Hunters, getting some fire in on those Skinks, and then the Marauder Spearmen attacking from behind is going to make them not want to be here anymore. Yep, another Lightning Bolt coming down, taking out a few units of the Chaos Marauders. And then we have the Chaos Sorcerer entering battle here. Looks like he's dropping a final transmutation down on my Heaven's Priest. But I do have my Skink Skirmishers retreating. I do have a broken unit of Skinks there. And my Lizardmens, I really mismanaged them. I kind of forgot about them. And so his Halberdiers are just going to chew through that unit. They're pretty much just going to be useless for the rest of the fight. I do have the Saurus Fighters here that are going to try and save them, but they're just too far gone. I do have the Cold One Riders getting a nice charge off on the Marauder Hunters there. And then we have a melee grind going down here. That's really what this evolved into very quickly. I do have the Feral Stegodon here with the Saurus Fighters, really just tanking it out. The Feral Stegodon, as well as the Stilton, both doing a great job in this mod of just taking damage. They won't set any world records for damage dealt, but they will last a long time. So we got that Skink Heaven's Priest getting some shots into the back of those Mirror Guard as they fight there with Gorok.
They will survive.
And they're going to start to wear and possibly break. So that rear charge from the Cold One Riders is going to help get those Marauder Horsemen closer, hunters closer to breaking. Looks like we have a Curse of the Midnight Wind going down, trying to slow them down a little bit and debuff them, so if they can get in a melee, I could take them out easier. Looks like we have another Final Transmutation coming down. Yep, another Final Transmutation coming down. Those Soros fighters are actually winning that fight there against the Chaos Halberdiers. Since they are exhausted, they're going to be getting some serious debuffs, and that'll really help out the Soros fighters who are only tired. So there's some Skink skirmishers here, just getting some free shots in. They do have the Marcus Slanesh on them, so they have less armor, but they are faster and they have higher melee defense. And then they are immune to terror and immune to psychology and can cause terror. I did get the Skinks in there, but they are not going to last very long. I do have those Lizardons coming back, trying to get back into this fight. And it's really just devolved into a grind. We have the Marauder Hunters coming back in. Looks like another Lightning Bolt. Yep. Another Lightning Bolt coming down, taking some more models. That Heaven's Priest is up to 174 kills, which is pretty happy with at this point. I believe we have a Comet coming down here. Yep, Comet Casadora. And that is going to get him to 195 kills. So those, I do have one unit of Pterodon Riders left, but they are very, very winded. Here lie the remains of their compatriots. But I don't know what to do with the Chaos Dragon. Those cultists just popped their ability and turned into the Chaos Spawn. It's a lot more numerous than the standard Chaos Spawn unit in this mod, but they are a lot smaller. I don't know if I've done a fight with them, but they are larger than a dragon, and I believe there's only 4 units in a model. So the smaller ones here are not nearly as powerful, but they are just as interesting. Another Lightning Bolt coming down, trying to get the Chaos Dragon up as much as I can. I was really not prepared for the dragon move, so I didn't bring anything to kill him. I don't really have any anti-large styled units, and I don't have something to good him out with. The best thing I have is Gorok, but Gorok is on foot, so he is slower, and he'll have trouble catching that Chaos Dragon. The Soros fighters are making a good accord of themselves there. Looks like we have some units coming back, and my Pterodon Riders are trying to do something. They're not sure quite yet what. So I have the Lizardons trying to get some damage here on the Marauder Hunters. Breath Weapon coming in. We're going to do some massive damage to those Skink skirmishers. They're probably going to turn around, and they're probably not going to come back. So the Decadent host does have some units coming back. They've got the Warhounds sitting there in reserve. Chaos Axe Marauders are coming back. The Marauder Hunters are starting to come back. I am trying to use my Cold One Riders to run down as much as I can. They've been doing great work for me. They're up to 264 kills, but they are down to a quarter health, maybe a little less. And so stuck between the 2 ranged units, that's probably going to get rid of them, because they're going to be able to get those shots in. Yep. And they're so low health that eventually it's just going to start taking bottles instead of just health. Looks like we have another spell coming down. That was Lightning Bolt, might be a Comet. I did take a great deal of friendly fire damage there when it hit the Soros fighters, but I figured the damage to the Blob here more than made up for it, especially with those Chaos Spawn right there. My Heaven's Priest is up to 272 kills, but this dragon is coming right back. He is almost full health, though. It's probably about 80%. Gorok is up to 50 kills. He hasn't got a great amount of killing down, but he is definitely making a good account of himself here in the melee fight. He is very tanky, and it allows him to survive for quite a while in melee combat, which is why I brought him. Usually I go for the monstrous infantry play. I like to bring Proxigors, I like to bring Nakai, so this was a totally different play for me. I do like how it ended out, but I didn't have the tools to deal with the Chaos Dragon, and I think that's definitely a significant weakness in this build. I'm going to get a Lightning Bolt down, and that is going to take quite a few Chaos Spawn models with it. It's a really beautiful cast into a little cluster. But my priest is now being chased down. He is at 290 kills. He is about half health, so he'll hold on for quite a while. So it looks like I just have Gorok and the Skink Heaven's Priest really left right now. I do have the Skink Skirmishers coming back, but they are out of ammo. The Saurus Fighters I do have here, but they only have 6 models left, and their leadership is at 28. Charge, they'll be able to slow them down at least for a little bit. I have my Cold One Riders just being chased off the map by the Marauder Horsemen. Like I said, they ended up just not having enough health, and the range fire was just able to get them, and it'll allow them to chase them off the map. So we got the dragon sitting up here, probably regenerating his stamina a little bit. Yeah, he's exhausted. And I have Gorok and the Skink Heaven's Priest desperately trying to catch that Chaos Lord. I did dodge the breath weapon with Gorok, but a little bit of it did hit the Stegodon and the Priest there, which is unfortunate, but can't win them all. Looks like my Feral Stegodon did come back. He only ended up with 50 kills. At this point, I wish I could see how much damage he avoided with his melee defense and armor, but I can't. But he did hold and tie down those units for quite a while over here and allowed me to get some more work done. The lightning bolt coming down, the Dragonhead came in to attack Gorok, and I was trying to get some more damage on him, but unfortunately it missed. The Chaos Dragon is just too nimble. I gave up chasing the Chaos Sorcerer because even though on foot he was just too fast to catch. Looks like he's at 35 speed, and my Stegodon was at 60. Where's that Gorok? Gorok was at 60. And 105 for the Skink Heaven's Priest. I don't know why I couldn't catch him. Another final transmutation going down, but I tried chasing him like 3 or 4 times, just never could. Looks like the Saurus Fighters did finally shatter, and the Feral Stegodon is finally coming back to join the battle. I forgot about him for a little bit. Then we have the Skink Skirmishers sitting here, but they are completely out of ammo, and they're very low on health and very low on models. So any engagement will pretty much just see them come off the map, and they did just end up shattering. Looks like we have another lightning bolt coming down. Yep. Skink Heaven's Priest finally did break. If he doesn't come back, he's going to end this fight with 314 kills, which is pretty respectable. Chaos Dragon is up to 59, but Gorok is going to start wavering as well. Unfortunately, there's just too much for me to come back from. So the Chaos Sorcerer only ended up with 24 kills, but 1,500 damage value, which is nothing to scoff at. Chaos Lancers came out with 590 damage value. The Chaos Lancers as well as the Chaos Knights were kind of just stuck in melee with that Feral Stegodon, just kind of not going anywhere. Mirror Guard, I got lucky, had 500 damage value. I was able to get rid of them as fast as possible. This unit of Warhounds was the one that got caught by my Cold One Riders, so they really didn't get anything. They just kind of got routed off the map immediately. But 167 kills on this unit of Warhounds at 452 damage value, which is a great investment there. And most of his units floated around the 2 to 500 damage value, getting close to 1,000 on that unit of Chaos Halberdiers. But in the end, even though nothing really had great damage value, it all added up quite nicely. I only had 100 damage value on that those skinks, 369 there, 200 there. Looks like I was kind of in the same range. But he did bring almost 800 more units, so he could afford to have lower damage value on a lot of his units. And he just essentially won the war of attrition. He broke my troops, shattered them, and then there was nothing more I could do about it. I did get 724 damage value off the Cold One Riders and 266 kills. That was some micro I was pretty proud of. Feral Stegodon again only had 478 damage value, but did tank a lot and distracted 2 high value units. So his sacrifice did not go unnoticed. And then just 88 damage value for that Pterodon Rider and 440 for that one. Like I said, I really wasn't prepared for the dragon, so I just kind of committed the Pterodon Riders, hoping I could get rid of him. It didn't pan out very well. And then Gorak does end with 639 damage value and 3,000 damage value on that Skink Heaven's Priest and 314 kills. Uh, the spells I did get off that hit correctly with him really are what turned the battle. Um, I would have gone much quicker if the Mirror Guard hadn't been eviscerated by that Comet spell. And then the Lightning Bolt on the Chaos Spawn really helped as well. There's that unit Occultist with 456 damage value. So my use of magic was really what kept me in the battle as long as I did. But Is the God is going to pull out and win that fight. It was a great fight. I really do enjoy fighting him. And that was just with the basic end times mod. I have used mod maps a couple times, but not this one. It was just one of the basic game maps and the end times. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon.